today I'm going to be sharing with you all the things that you need to know in order for you to prepare for a successful plant medicine ceremony. Welcome or welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Chica, your conscious mentor, and today I'm going to be talking about how to prepare for a plant medicine ceremony, specifically ayahuasca. I'm currently in the preparation of preparing for a ceremony in the next few days, and I want to share with you guys exactly what I eat, how I cleanse, how to set intention, all the things you need to know so you can be prepared to step into Mama Ayahuasca or any ceremony. Now, I'm going to be doing these preparations specifically for my ayahuasca plant medicine ceremony, but again, I would suggest using maybe similar ones as this for maybe other, ceremonies that you want to do, but this is the one that I share, and I really think that it would really help you guys if you are considering doing it. And yeah, I'm really, really excited to do this video. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, as well as put notification bells. I do videos every single week for you beautiful souls, 3 or sometimes more. And today's subscriber of the day is Maya. Thank you so much for being part of this family. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you. If you feel called to deep dive into energy healing and expanding your conscious being, don't forget to apply for the conscious mentoring down below, and also DM me on Instagram if you're interested in a card reading. Let's get into the video. The first and foremost thing is I want to share what exactly is ayahuasca. This is something that I am such a big thing on plant medicine. It is something that I actually use in order to help with my healing, but others' healings as well. And I thought it would be beneficial to share a little bit more about my experience with you guys, as well as so you're informed. If you have been feeling called to maybe connect with Mama Ayahuasca or any plant medicine, maybe tapped in consciously, and you're just like looking for information. I know for me it was really hard to find that, and I really got my information from people who are either facilitators and also people who've also experienced it. So these have helped me so much, and I feel so ready to invite the plant into my space. The first thing I will say is what it is. So specifically part of ayahuasca means spirit soul, and huasca actually means woody vine, which is exactly what it looks like. I'm actually gonna put in a picture here so you guys can see it. It is a woody vine from the Amazon, and it's originated specifically from the Amazon for these rituals. And Mama Ayahuasca is a feminine energy. She is beautiful, and she shows you through your body, through visualizations, by showing you a little bit more about how you can expand consciously. It allows you to connect with the divine. It allows you to connect and teaches you the lessons that you need to learn for your soul purpose, and depending on your intention, the lesson that you need to know. Aya just really does this beautiful thing where she kind of brings you in with warm hugs, and she will teach you things that you want to know, but also things that are needed for you that you didn't expect. And just know that if you trust and you surrender to it, you will be able to invite that learning lesson. I have had a lot of people who have said and claimed to them that they have helped with their depression, anxiety, PTSD. It's amazing for mental health, but it's also amazing for intentions for those who feel lost right now and just want to learn a little bit deeper on their conscious self. It can also help you really connect with your gifts and so much more. So me being someone who has been a healer for a while, had gifts for her since I was young, and I feel so called to her for the past 2 years. So finally, as aligned, the world aligned, the universe aligned, this has been my time to really connect with her. And you might have noticed that even with ayahuasca, you might have heard it from some places, or maybe you bump into someone who's done it before. She has a way to come to you. And if you have noticed that all of a sudden she's popping up everywhere, most likely she wants to share something with you. Just feel called to do it whenever you feel that the intention is right. But I will say that, there are ways to find out about these rituals through the community. That's the best way of getting through it. And just making sure that you do your research as well before you choose a place. That's very, very, very important. So yeah, that's basically what ayahuasca is. Let's talk about how to prepare for the plant ceremony now. The first and foremost thing is putting what we put in our body. So the plant works throughout our body with the energy that we already have. And this is one of the most important parts, is a clean diet. So one thing based on my research that I felt was called to and has been working for me is just eating a lot of plants, staying away from red meat, onions, garlic, spicy food, which is really, really big, making sure that you don't have caffeine and you're drinking a lot of water, and also just making sure that you aren't being active. So if you know what I mean, just making sure that you're not, those types of things are very important. and connecting with your body. So I like to do yoga, which has been really, really amazing, but just being good with that. Making sure that you're abstinent. This is really important, so you're not putting someone else's energy into the ceremony. It's just fully you. And just making sure that you have a lot of good sleep. But I think the biggest thing is what the food you put into it. And from my research, onions, garlic, spicy food, and red meat are the main bulk and caffeine. Oh, and alcohol. Do not drink alcohol for the ceremony as well, because you just want to make sure that you are a clean vessel. You're a clean vessel for the ceremony to bring in that plant, so you get more of the advantage, and it also helps you with the purging process as well. So just make sure you have a clean diet. That is number one. Number two, why do you want to do or be in ceremony with Mama Ayahuasca? And I think this is one of the biggest things. A lot of people have gotten more knowledge about it because of its popularity slowly going into the Western culture. But one thing I will say is that, you know, Mama Ayahuasca, she is here to teach you something, and you have to be prepared for whatever she's willing to teach you, whatever she's willing to give you. Get prepared to see the benefits of it, of releasing what you need to, but also finding more direction in doing that. And I think that's one of the biggest things I will say, is asking yourself, why do you want to connect with her? What is your intention with her? Which I'll go into in the next part of the video, but just really knowing your why. I think that's going to be very big, because I have heard people who didn't do that, and they go into it not really knowing what to expect. And, you know, it could have been a different scenario, but like I said, she always teaches you what is meant to happen at this time, but just to prepare you for whatever, you know, that lesson is, and to get a really great experience, especially if it's your first time. Make sure you know what your intention is. Number three, meditation and connecting with the body. This has been really big for me. I really, really have been enjoying just connecting and allowing myself to be mentally prepared. And when I say that, is just like, I do meditate every single morning. I do yoga. I move my body. These are things that I do every single day, but I'm just putting more intention into it to prepare myself for ceremony. And I guess the best way of explaining it is just like mind, body, and soul. I'm connecting my mind to the meditation. I'm noticing where my body is being activated, where it needs more help, and maybe that can connect to my intention. If I notice that my heart might be blocked or my solar plexus might be blocked, I'm connecting with it. I'm connecting with that earth. I'm connecting with my body. And the mind, I'm connecting with my conscious self and seeing if there's any downloads, if there's anything that my guides have to tell me that can help me get the knowledge that I need in order for me to have a really good intention and to go into the space surrendering to the universe. And I think I keep saying surrender because this is something that I got from every single person, facilitator, person who has experienced Mama Ayahuasca, is surrender. You know, this is one of the biggest things when you're doing any plant medicine. They're teaching you something. There is so much knowledge that we learn from plants. And every single time I surrender, I can only be grateful and feel so much love whenever I do a ceremony. So just make sure that you are just meditating, taking that time in, and just connecting with your body, with body, mind, and soul. Number four, this is one of the biggest ones that I don't think a lot of people talk about, and it makes a big difference. Disconnect from social media or any energy draining beings. And the reason why I'm saying this is because social media will definitely put something in your psyche, and I love media, I love social, you guys know I'm on YouTube here, but at the same time, you know, be just conscious of what you're putting in. So for me, I'm actually disconnecting from social media at least 24 hours away, no apps, nothing, driving to my place, going there, and doing the ritual. So just make sure that you are being mindful, less social media activity. If there's any people that might be more tiring or draining, put those energy boundaries so you're not, you know, absorbing their energy and bringing that into the space. It's going to help you so much ease yourself going into your ceremony, especially if it's your first time. So reduce as much, you know, news intake and social media intake prior to. Just really disconnect, be with yourself, and bring yourself back into meditation and being and connecting with that intention so you could really, really have an amazing experience. Okay, the next part I want to share with you guys is intention. How do you set an intention for plant medicine? Now, I'm going to be talking about both experiences. One is by Cybersyn, which is from mushrooms, and the other one is from Aya, which is what I'm preparing right now. So one of the biggest things that I have noticed is setting intention. There's not much information out there, but I will say it is one of the most important things when you're going with nature, when you are connecting with Mother Earth, when you're connecting with plant medicine. There is so much knowledge in the medicine itself and history, ancestral connection, that you really want to be, you know, direct with what you want, right? It's almost like manifestation. When you manifest, you want to connect and tell the universe what you want from the manifestation. If you don't, then you might not get that manifestation because you didn't be more detailed, right? So just really claiming into intention. Here are some things that you can say is like, what is your intention for Aya? Why are you connected to her? Is there something that you feel every time you hear ayahuasca or cybacin or any type of other type of medicine, plant medicine? Why do you connect to that specific medicine? Is there something that feels kind of inclining to it, or something you notice when people connect to you with it? And kind of journal that down. The next thing is to set intention of a question. So every ceremony, I always have an intention or a question that I want to ask. So for example, my past one that I did with Cyberson, my first intention was getting more definition of what my life purpose is exactly as a healer. That was a very specific question that I knew that I needed to ask. The other thing is to connect and to release any ancestral or karmic wounds that I had at that time and let go of that, because I wanted to let go so I can allow myself to have more control of my energy, but also be able to be more healed so I can serve more people. So this was a big part of my thing. So what I did there is I understood intuitively why am I connected to this plant? What is the purpose of it? I might have done some research on what the plant is and all that stuff, and then maybe there might be certain words or things that connect me to this plant. I journal that down, and then when I'm done with that, I ask myself, what is something that I want a clear understanding of right now? What is something that I want to set intention with this plant and give gratitude to? And before I start my ceremony, I think about that and I meditate on that before I enter into ceremony, and my mind is already consciously directed into that perspective so it can expand from there with the help of the plant medicine. Now, I wanted to also write down a couple questions that are common for a lot of people if they are doing plant medicine with ayahuasca. So one of the first intentions that's very common that a lot of people ask is, what was I and what am I now? And I think this is a really big thing, is like, where was I before and where am I now? Seeing the contrast of your shadow self and being self, or where I'm going to be, is something that a lot of people ask. Another one is what is my life purpose? This is a very big part, you know, what is my life purpose? That's a really big question. And some people even ask, like, why am I here in this life? And let me tell you, when people ask that intention, why am I here? What am I meant to do, universe? Why do you want me here? They will make you work through it to see what the life you need to have. But these are some examples of what it is. So like where I was, where am I now, where I need to be, and what am I meant to do? Those are the three things that people tend to kind of gravitate towards, and just finding that out. And then there's also setting the intention of releasing. I want to release whatever no longer serves me during the ceremony. And that's going to really allow you to not only release things within this lifetime, but possibly things ancestrally, karmically, soul level. And that can be very enlightening and really expand your consciousness on a whole new level, where I've heard people just really get gifts out after getting out of the ceremony, or even just feeling so much more refreshed. And I want to say that as one part of it, but there's also the other part of Aya, which is, you know, where you feel so like, wow, awaken, and you go through a spiritual awakening. So like I said, Aya will show you whatever it needs to be shown at this time. Surrender to the energy, surrender to what she has to give you, and allow yourself to really connect, because that is super important. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video of me and how I prepare for it, talking about my cleanse, what I eat, what I don't eat. Oh, and I also forgot, I also do an enema, which is a big part for me. And this is something that I personally felt called to do to cleanse myself. So if you feel called to, I have a video on that, so I'll link it up here so you guys can go check that out. But also just learning why you're doing Aya, putting in meditation, mind, body, and soul, and connecting and just disconnecting with social media as much as possible so you can go into that intention for yourself. You know, really allow yourself to be your energy, no one else's. I think that's really big. Just hermit yourself a bit and focus on you and what that is. And then just really surrender to the spirit, surrender to the plant, and it will help you so much. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, as well as put notification bells. I do 3 or more videos every single week for you beautiful souls. And let me know if you have had a plant medicine ceremony, if you're interested in it. Let me know. I'd love to hear, because that's definitely something that I am incorporating to help heal other people, but also hopefully to help you as well. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.